Welcome to Paradise.
Am I on?
Welcome to Paradise. No, you're not.
Hi. Okay, great.
Welcome to Paradise, to Adrift and Aldhalor, our weekly extra play D&D show set in our homebrew world of Aradun, also sometimes called Arden. Our music is licensed through musicbed.com, and we use Bardly to disperse it amongst ourselves. A great tool for your own games at home. I'm bring Shannon in. There she is.
I'm not done community managing.
She's panicking, guys.
Fine,
You
fine,
see this?
fine,
She's panicking.
I'm not panicking.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Mike. Hi. I'm fine. I'm not panicking. I'm ready. I have my shit right here.
I don't know. I almost went to a Trump impression there for some reason.
Oh god, it's not the hands. Well, I am going to talk about
Scaredy Shannon, never ready for her announcements. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm always ready for my announcements. Thank you very much. I'm going to talk about our I'm eating hair partners.
Always eating hair.
Oh, okay, let's try this again.
That's what Mr. Greaves actually sounds like.
Oh, please.
This is the crew that's about to
Little
take down...
scaredy cat Jacquette. Trying to take control of Hyven. Sorry. I'm done now.
Are you done? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm done. Underground Oracle Publishing. They are a TTRPG publisher creating new worlds in the Cypher system and beyond. Their current focus is Foxfire, a science fiction TTRPG with a strong emphasis on high adventure and fun, full-throttle action where you play as anthropomorphic animals who left Earth behind long ago to take their place among the stars. For as little as $3, you can become a member through their website and gain early access to this developing TTRPG in each of the worlds that they create. Next, we've got Eddie Yorke. He's our character artist. He's an illustrator based in the UK who makes art for games and books. To visit his portfolio and get in contact with him, visit eyorke.com. Last but not least, we got 1985 Games. They create affordable, accessible, high-quality accessories for D&D and other TTRPGs. In this campaign that we've been playing for, I did the math the other day, 2.5 years. Actually,
Whoa.
earlier this morning. 2.5 years. Wild,
That's crazy.
right? It
Feels
is
like
crazy.
5.
Right? Well, we're coming up, actually, in a couple of weeks, we're coming up on our 6-year anniversary.
Really?
Yeah, we started in 2019.
Oh man, for some reason I thought the first campaign was longer.
It was 3 years.
You know what I'm thinking about is my campaign with Stefan. That was 5 years long.
5.5 years, thank you very much.
Anyway, in this campaign, Sean has used the NPC cards from 1985 Games to create real fun NPCs for us to interact with. They've got art on one side, and they've got personality traits, quirks, flaws, goals, things like that on the back to give you a quick jump start to characters that you can introduce into your world. So if you would like to use those or any of their other amazing products, visit their website and use the code paradiceprod for 10% off your entire order. Let's see. Join us in Paradise in all of the places. Paradice Prod, Paradice Pro, Paradice Productions. We're everywhere. Rather quiet, but we're still around. We're still making content. We've got big plans for 2026. One of which will be the VODs of this fucking campaign. I'm done.
Oh, you're done.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna eat my blueberries now that my son bullied into giving him half of. But no.
Huh? All right.
Recap, Sean.
Recap. That's what we do next.
Yeah.
I think so.
I got distracted.
I'm gonna get back to community managing while you start that, so I can let everybody know that we're here.
Last week, the Z Fighters took on Mr. Greaves head on.
All right. What did we do last week, guys? A lot. We learned a lot. Last week, on Adrift in Aldhalor. We started off with a vignette of our friend Fiora Bendega imprisoned beneath the red dandelion by the Oradunai, where a guard had snuck her a copper wire, and she seemed to be carving some kind of flute-like instrument out of wood, a little bit of scrap wood. The guard said that he would no longer help her. This is the last thing that he would do for her. Our party, elsewhere in the city, we're going to see Saskia's fancy new ship, where they questioned Tygon, the little turtle, about why he would give Saskia such an extravagant gift. They learned a little bit about Tygon and his relationship with Saskia. Specifically that there is some kind of prophecy. And Jacquette made a joke, but also somewhat a true statement, that Saskia finally has a cult following her. But the party then convened to actually discuss what they want to do next, particularly how they want to deal with the election coming up, organized by Mr. Greaves, and how they're going to get the representatives together to try to have a more fair election. Specifically, they want to try to utilize the Alumno Defiance through their relationship with Septimus after he resurrected some of their soldiers that the party had killed. They want to talk to Emile Ducant and see if they can figure out what to do with the information that he is acquiring for them about the academy staff and faculty who have clandestine relationships with Greaves. And they also want to, if they can find a way, free Fiora from the Aradunai. This plot began with Septimus meeting with Cade, the paladin who he had communicated with and orchestrated his neutrality with Hastings. Cade seemed very eager to learn more about Septimus's religion in Machina, specifically the augmentations that Septimus has. Septimus did offer to Cade that any who are interested and willing can come to the church to begin exploring that faith. Septimus also began planning to bring the temples together in the temple court to elect a representative for their district. The next day, our heroes also began their own endeavors. Jacquette learned that Reardon came and learned, and Jacquette learned from him that Kellen, the reporter, has been snooping around the Gloveless Cat, his establishment, his tavern, and that he likely wants to meet with Jacquette. Oddly, Jacquette kind of had to remind Reardon of his responsibilities. Reardon seemed a little distracted, maybe is the best way to put it. Jacquette also asked about the Shadowmancer, Dalen, where Reardon said that there wasn't a lot of information that he had. There was more of vibes that Dalen was a threatening individual, and that the rumor around the bandit camp was that he was working for the Aradunai. Septimus met with the temple court representatives from the Everflame, the Noldari Collective, the Shepherds of Ilyvania, Tullus, the leader of the revelry, and a figure known as the Voice, representing those beyond, those before, the sort of graveyard church for dead and forgotten gods. There were a variety of opinions from the group, what they generally seemed agreeable to Septimus's endeavors, although the Everflame representative, Sira, was very skeptical of his motives, given her hostility to Machina and the augmentations. The court did decide to elect Amra of Ilyvania as their representative, as Septimus had recused himself from this to show his good faith. Afterwards, the party headed to the Admiralty Court to talk with Ducant. They met up with Fyrn, who was talking with the captain of the guard and discussing how to provide safety for the Admiralty representatives, given Mr. Greaves' hostility to the Admiralty Court. They see in the Commodore's office that Doyle, the head assistant, so to speak, of the Commodore, is also still missing and not there. Likely they assume that he is with the Commodore back in Ezra City. Emil is excited to see Saskia, but the party has business to discuss, and they discuss the connections to the academy with Mr. Greaves. They discover that there's really no one who doesn't have a clean hand in the academy, whether they knew it or not. They were dealing with Mr. Greaves, usually through a nexus point that was Cadmus, and that Cadmus has a lot of connections in these documents, and the party feels like that is good information to potentially release to the public. Particularly, they also find out that he has a relationship with the Hiven Times, and that he was feeding info or connecting them with contacts. Furthermore, they find out that Hiven Times is owned by the eminent House Aurum of Halcyon, and that Halcyon has dug their sneaky fingers into the business of Hiven. So the party decides that they should independently release this information to incriminate Cadmus, but also incriminate Mr. Greaves as the most clear and direct evidence of his clandestine dealings. Emil wants Sass to connect with the dock workers to try to get them to rebel against Greaves, given that she has somewhat of an in there, or at least has worked or at least communicated with them. He also spoke extensively about Halcyon's connections all over all of these dealings. That they seem to have some kind of economic interest in Hiven, in exerting their control through this type of power versus conquest. So the party decides that this information must be brought to the public. They plan to speak with Sigil to try to trap Cadmus, try to confront Cadmus, see if he will turn coat, so to speak, before he can maybe flee from the city. And that they're going to get their guards and adventurers to spread the news and use Septimus Temple as best they can as well. So generally, everyone in the party has some part to play in this endeavor to subvert Mr. Greaves' iron grip over Hiven. So we left off there with the party leaving Ducant's office. So you are all in the Admiralty Court, descending the steps to the lobby of the Commodore's office. What would you like to do with the rest of the day? It's still early in the day. You could get started with some of your tasks. You want to release the information tomorrow because it's very soon going to be the election, or at least get printed tomorrow, as Ducant is working on getting the preparing the printing in the office itself. The election is only 2 days away, or is it 3 days?
I think it was 3 days.
Yeah, 2.5 days till the election. The one that Greaves is planning to hold. You already have
our representative is on the 18th in the morning.
Correct. Yes. So the day before, you have your plan to have representatives from the districts. You're spreading the word on that. You already have the Temple Court figured out, and you hope that the rest of the districts will follow suit and send a representative to that meeting. So, what would you like to do?
Shall we go see Sigil then, and make sure that he is aware of our plans for Cadmus?
Seems next on the docket. We should hurry. We have not much time.
Yeah, we'll see if he's even, going to be helpful in this regard. We might, need to find assistance somewhere else if he's too busy.
Well, Bruce, if anything, should be able to help, and maybe we can finally figure out what he's been up to.
Right. Let's go.
All right, you head out past the Sapphire Park to head to the academy. You get to the library, Sigil's library, and you can easily enough, where his office is to find him. When you step into his office, he does seem to be kind of like pacing around. The perceptive of you would notice Bruce's cube is on his desk. But he would turn to you all Ah, Iron Manor. I was meaning to reach out to you, to have you come to the academy soon. It is fortuitous that you are here. I have some information about Bruce that is most important for you to know.
Oh, where is he?
That is the information I must share. Bruce seems to have vanished. I hoped that he had just been with you all, but given that his lack of communication and not showing up for his usual studies, he usually stays here, truthfully. I am assuming, and he looks over and points to the cube on the desk, this is similar to when he disappeared the first time, when you all teleported back here from the north. I am attempting to study the cube that he uses to understand how to get him back here. Given your faces, I am assuming he's not been with you the last day.
Certainly
We haven't
not.
heard from him in a few days. We just assumed he was nose to the grindstone, but...
Well, he was, which is exactly why I presume something had happened while he was studying this cube, which we had identified as having extraplanar capabilities for transportation. So my presumption is that he has returned to the ether, the astral sea, where he was before. Don't know if it was intentional or not.
I doubt that. The last time he came back from there, he seemed very different. I don't think it was a easy experience for him.
But he had described being in there as months for him, whereas out here it had been mere minutes, not even.
When was the last time you saw him physically?
It was when I was delivering his grandfather's notebook to him. Let him know that we should discuss it after I had examined it. He seemed tired, it was late at night, and
Which was...
the next morning he was gone. This was
And how-
2 days ago.
Jeez. Oh, jeez, Bruce. Septimus will go up to the cube and just start kind of examining it himself.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
see there's that one side of it that does have the marking, a sigil representing the astral sea. I have my own means of trying to get him back. He's stuck there. Instead of waiting for him to come back of his own accord. The astral sea is a funny place. Time doesn't work the same there. Even his experience of months in the matter of minutes is still... You never know how long someone's really there for until they come back in their experience. And they don't really experience time in the same way in the astral sea. It's not that he was literally there for months. You can't really tell time in the astral sea. It just feels stretched, elongated, sometimes shortened as well. Its temporal relationship to the material plane is chaotic. It could be seconds for him, it could be years.
Great. So once we thought we were all back together with Saskia rejoining us, Bruce has to go and fuck off. Of fucking course. Why can nothing ever go right?
Septimus will take out his copper wire and immediately just try descending him.
Roll me a d20.
1.
16.
You feel that this spell cannot penetrate the astral sea. But you also understand the spell that sometimes doesn't work across planes of existence. That there's a high chance of failure.
Do you want me to try and scry on him? I still have that spell? Yeah, I do. I don't know if it'll work, but I can try.
I don't know. Maybe does that
Yeah.
work in the
Yes, you
astral
should.
plane?
Well,
We have no
Sigil, have you
inclination.
tried
Oh
to
no.
do any of this yet?
No, I just
Or
I just remembered.
It won't
It's
work,
on the
Saskia.
yes, yeah, it needs to be on the same plane of existence as you. It says it right there in the manual.
you have a manual?
Yeah, I learned a thing or two in Gwynvillier. I keep a manual now.
Doesn't seem very Arrow-esque to write things down directions.
You would
Oh,
see.
and you would know?
Tygon did it.
I so I've heard.
Ty did it.
Yeah, she's just been reciting things to Tygon for him to write down for her.
Yeah.
Sass, you would feel Ro sneak over your shoulder and be like, "You're writing this down. Don't write it down. Don't put it down.
Why not? What's wrong with writing it down? What if I forget?
It's evidence."
Okay. Evidence of just
I
in
don't know.
general? Right. Okay.
You never write things down. Keep it in your brain,
Why, so you can see it?
partially.
All right, Sigil, what have you tried so far, and what are your thoughts on how to proceed? This is uncharted territory for me. The Astral Sea. I mean, first time I've heard of it was when we traveled back several months ago.
I have a means of reaching out. At first, I had hoped it was just simply that he had done it intentionally and he would return. But I think if he did it intentionally, the cube would be with him.
Did he mention how he got back the last time?
He, not to me, seemed to have been somewhat driven by his emotions, his mind. So it could be that he does not want to come back yet. Perhaps he has found something there. I have a ritual to contact him that I am preparing. But I will only be able to hear back from him with short answers. Not the same as a sending spell where you can communicate, or more that I can ask questions of him. The spell you were looking for is Contact Other Plane. More often used specifically to contact deities, but it can also be...
Wait. Look through my manual. I have that.
Saskia, check your manual twice to make sure you can actually use it for any people other than your patron.
I am looking. Okay, well. Well,
Did you jump the gun?
I might have. It's listed twice. One of them has the red. Like you contact your patron.
You always have, once you cast a spell without expending a spell slot to contact your patron, and you automatically succeed on the spell saving throw. But if she uses it as just a normal spell,
She
then
just
it
risks
should work normal.
Yeah, you can use it as a regular spell,
Yeah.
in your, but you will have to make the saving throw.
Why do I have it twice?
Right.
Because
Right.
one is
Because
because if you
there's-
use the contact patron ability, it
Uh-huh.
also it doesn't use your spell slot, and
I
it
see.
automatically
Right.
succeeds.
But I can
But you
use
can cast it with your
as-
regular Warlock
I
Pact
see.
magic.
I see. I see. Okay. Yes, I read the fine print. Yes, I can do it. Do you want me to?
If you wish.
I look at my three friends.
Please.
Yeah.
At least know that he's there willingly. It's not trapped.
Okay.
Yeah, ask if he's okay and if he wants us to try and save him.
Okay. Okay, I've got 5 questions. Okay. All right.
Give me an intelligence saving throw, Saskia.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You might have just decommissioned yourself for the rest of the day.
Yep. 12?
You decommissioned yourself for the rest of the day.
Fuck.
Saskia, you take Saskia, you take 13 psychic damage, and you are incapacitated until you finish a long rest.
Oh my
So
god.
I imagine, Saskia, you start to cast this. You start the 1 minute casting, and like over your shoulder, Rose, like, "Are you sure you want to do this, Saskia? You're very charismatic, but not always the brightest."
Excuse you, I need to know if my friend is all right. Our friend is all right. It'll be fun.
I'm not friends with him yet. Oh shit! Oh, like spike in the brain. And as Saskia is saying all of this, she then just collapses to the ground.
Saskia?
Saskia?
Sess.
Can I do
Sess.
anything?
No,
Can
you're
I can't
literally
speak.
cut.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You're basically completely unconscious. You're not
Great.
even unconscious. You're just kind of like babbling on the floor. This can happen
Oh,
sometimes
no.
if you're not prepared or you not have the strength of mind to cast the spell.
She's breathing
Yeah,
though,
that
right?
checks out.
What time of day is it? Is it late in the day?
It's like early afternoon.
Somebody have greater restoration. Please.
Yes, but I don't
Thank
want to
you.
spend you the diamonds if it's just gonna be a day.
She'll be
I'm sure
well when
Ty-
she
Ty-
after she rests.
Ugh.
I don't think Ty's high enough level to have greater restoration.
No. To have diamonds somewhere on the ship.
Unless you bought them.
I don't know.
You don't just have a diamond barrel on ships.
I'm going to.
Well, you probably should if you're going to continue casting Contact Other Planes.
Septimus
Well,
rolls his eyes. Be like,
I
It
guess
wasn't
it's your
so
turn,
much-
Sigil.
If
Show
it
us how
wasn't-
it's done.
Oh my god, you imagine a sickle just falls on the ground right now? No, sickle passes.
what was he trying to do?
Contact
What
other
Sass?
planes.
Oh, what Sass was doing?
Yeah, you see
Okay.
Sickle kind of puts his hands together and in like a triangle shape pulls them apart, and you see sigils in the air. As his eyes under the mask glow. And he, speaking to you all, says, "What questions would you like me to ask?"
I think ask where he is,
And if he's
if
safe,
he's safe, if he knows how to get back, if
He
we
needs our
can do
help.
anything for him, or needs our help.
and if so,
And if-
what is that help?
Yes.
Very well. You see, mentally, he asks the first question, and he's kind of just speaking for Bruce. Astral. His responses can only be one word. He must be in the Astral Sea. Safe. Safety uncertain. Return uncertain. Help? No. You have one more question. Help in terms of can you help him?
Right.
Not that he doesn't want help necessarily. He doesn't believe you can help him. At least I
Have
can
you
assure you
learned
he's
something?
alive.
From
When
your
he-
travel.
No,
Maybe.
no. We can ask that when he gets back.
Hmm.
How much longer, perhaps? Looking to the rest of them before Sigil asks the question.
I was gonna have Sigil ask if Bruce still likes us, so I think that's probably better. Just to make sure that his mind wasn't altered or something.
So I suppose how much longer he thinks he'll be in there.
Question, Sigil. What if we just made like a really, really long run-on sentence and then asked a question at the end?
That makes it harder for his one-word responses then.
Does
Well, you know,
Cloudy-
he doesn't. This response doesn't matter. We're just sending information.
That's fair.
I don't think Bruce needs more information at this time.
I think he's distracted probably by his predicament.
I think we're good. Thank you, Sigil.
And it takes a second for him to come out of it. You might even presume he might even be asking his own question in that moment.
Secrets.
The connection was weak, difficult to get through, but we can confirm that he is alive.
Should I ask how old he was?
We need him in this hour. I wish he responded more positively to our aid. But I suppose I trusted in him to know what he's doing.
I want to make it clear, I don't trust he knows what he's doing, but I trust he'll find a way out.
Perhaps when he returns, we'll have more information about Lacuna.
You think he has something to do with this?
Perhaps. Bruce spoke of witnessing Lacuna in the Astral Sea.
That's true. The
Materials.
constructs. God, I've been so preoccupied with everything.
Bruce was always fearful of a connection between him and Lacuna. Ever since the Stony Heath incident, when Lacuna touched his mind in the same way he touched yours.
This may be, a blessing in disguise. We really have nowhere to go off of with finding out more about these cosmic powers, fighting over our material plane. It may be our only chance to maybe get some information or some leg up on them.
Maybe. But also maybe we'd rather not have Bruce alone by himself, facing who knows what horrors.
I suppose it's better to be together, but I trust Bruce, and he says that he doesn't need help. So I think we all just need to let him go on his own adventure.
To clarify, he did not think that you could help him. He may need help. In which case, I will work
Sure.
on that.
If
Do
there's
you
anything
know
you need, Sigil, you know where to
the
find
spell astral projection by any chance?
Sigil cocks his head at you. I do. I used it to communicate with you in the north.
That's right. Well, maybe not right now, because we don't know what fate awaits us in there. But we can prepare in the coming days, and if Bruce needs us, we can join you, projecting ourselves. Because that's how it works, right? I actually paid attention to my Astral C class. It's very interesting. The space between.
It is the most peculiar of all the realms. Both a place of birth and death. Dead gods and all of the material that slips from the rest of the worlds. Sophisticated, but some might call it a junkyard.
Well,
If it's a junkyard, then Bruce is having the time of his life. Anyways, on to matters that are more important and more relevant to me.
I presume you have something then that you came here for.
something that we're going to need your assistance with. It's
So,
something that
I
is
think-
vital to the nature of Mr. Greaves' workings in Hyven.
Yes.
So I think Jacquet, just to get through all this, is just gonna
Explain it all.
vomit everything, explain it all as we understand it, and then end with, so when the news comes out tomorrow morning, we assume that Catamus will try to hightail it out of here. What we would like from you is to ensure that he doesn't, so that we can come here, apprehend him, and then question him to make sure that we could get damning evidence. More so than we already have.
And you've only shared this plan with DuCont and myself, right?
Correct.
So there should be no way that Cadmus will have a heads up.
Correct. I don't even plan to tell my minions. They'll simply receive the pamphlets to be distributed. Fyrn's adventurers and the city guard will also help with that and spreading the word. But everyone should know at the break of dawn.
And you can trust DuCont?
I assume so. But you know what you do when you assume.
And DuCont is working alone? Or is he utilizing his own people?
It sounds like he needs his people to get the printing press together. Why he's getting it together? I imagine he won't tell them, just that he needs it.
Okay. Well, Cadmus is a slippery fellow. He's not always here. I can track him down, keep an eye on him until the news is released. I mean, there's like this moment of like hesitation, but then he says, "No, I can do it. I can keep him in one place."
Let's say he were to
Just
flee the city. You may know him more than any of us. Any idea how he tried to make his escape, I suppose?
Well, Cadmus is a powerful wizard. I presume that he would go to the teleportation circles of the academy and try to flee to whatever he has coordinates. I'll keep my eyes on the facilities. I have my own networks here. You think about all of his own automatons that he has, but also like that always quiet like group of students who are always working for him that never really speak to you, never really say anything. They all wear the same robes, but they are always present in the library. Can't guarantee that he won't escape, but I will do everything in my power to keep him from leaving this place, even to the point of shutting down all the teleportation circles of the academy. The deans don't necessarily know that I can do that, given that most of them are likely in his network, though they may not have nefarious motivations. They have their own research that they want to acquire goods for, and Greaves was likely working with Cadmus to provide that.
Exactly. The corruption spreads all throughout the academy, save for you. But they weren't necessarily understanding where exactly things came from. Of course, they had to turn a blind eye, but...
Well, it is not a new thing amongst all sorts of academies across Aradun, this type of not asking questions about where your supplies come from. So I'm not surprised, but thankfully, I have maintained my independence of this network. I have my own means, such as you, or...
Us.
Is there anything else that I can do to help you in this endeavor? I have perused the papers and read your articles, Jacquette, and I do understand what's going on in the lower city, though I at times find myself forgetful of what the goings-on of the city. But all that you've brought me has required a keener eye, though I have been distracted with the north and removing the presence of the dead god there, as I promised Bruce.
Yeah, how is that going, by the way?
It is a difficult thing to disassemble a godly husk.
That makes sense.
But my power grows with that place. though I did promise
Oh.
Bruce we would discuss closing the portals there. But I am able to draw tremendous power from there. Will also hopefully help me get Bruce back.
Sure. As he's saying this, Jacquet's kind of like looking over at like Septimus and Fyrn and Saskia, and he's like, "Oh, sure. Okay, cool. You're getting more powerful. Very good."
Maybe some of us should stay with you tonight in the academy, just in case something unforeseen happens. And I'm not sure when we plan to release this information tomorrow. I'm assuming early. It would be easier to get the jump on Cadmus if we're close by.
Perhaps, Septimus, you may wish to stay with me in this evening. We can perhaps discuss Bruce's situation.
I was about to suggest the same thing. I think with the two of us together, in the best hopes of keeping Cadmus here.
Besides, there are other things I have questions of you for. Your temple is grown rapidly. I heard about your resurrections with the Alumna Defiance.
Well, as much as I'm happy to see attendance spike up, I'm not, I suppose, naive to see that the downtrodden and desperate turn to religion to their hour of need. I just hope that once this is all resolved, people stay firm with their devotion.
Well, it is rare to show such divine favor. Most clerics of the world don't reach the level you are at.
Level 13.
Uncertain whether I've been chosen or it's just luck.
Well,
Nevertheless, I continue to try to do what I think is correct.
some who have been in your position of power when it comes to faith would consider it unlucky to have been selected for service.
I was destined to be nothing but a farm boy. I could see no higher gift.
Well, you will serve well then. Anyway, as I said, if there's anything else that I can help with, you know how to find me.
Turning to the rest of the group, is there anything other matters we need to attend to this evening? With all of us?
I had
No,
plans,
I-
but they got fucked. So I'm still drooling on the floor.
I think we'll just take Saskia back to the lighthouse fort. I'll get to work on the expose, and then work with Emil and Fyrn and his people and my people to get it all squared away.
Septimus will go roll his eyes, but he'll first go down to Sass and check her pockets for any dust.
No.
You find some seashells,
I always have seashells.
like an unusual amount of seashells.
Well, Septimus will take out his own dust because he keeps around in case he needs to raise dead. It's like, we can't have one of our party members, especially knowing now that Bruce is not with us, being incapacitated. It's too dangerous. As he'll sprinkle the dust over, give a few words, then grant a restoration to her.
Thank
Says you come back to an immediate sneezing fit as you get diamond dust up your nose.
Oh,
Says you also immediately see standing above you is Ro, also having a sneezing fit. He's like, oh, God, I blacked out.
yeah. Fuck, so did I. Sorry. Thought it would work. I'll practice.
It's fine.
It's good to have you back.
Sigga was able to successfully cast. Bruce is trapped, it seems. Uncertain whether or not we can help him.
Oh no.
He
Well,
decided that he'll be able to navigate his way in the immediate future. There's nothing we can do right now. We should focus with our primary task, delaying selection and ousting Cadmus.
sounds good. Thank you,
Well-
Septimus.
Well, I will get to work with setting my network up to watch the teleportation circles and watch Cadmus's office. If I need to, in a moment's notice, I can shut down the teleportation circles. Once I have eyes on Cadmus, I will send you a message to let you know that I have eyes on him. If I don't find him by the end of the day, I will also let you know that.
Is there a particular teleportation circle you'd imagine that he would move towards?
Presumably the ones closest to his office in the college. I will watch those first. I'll also watch them for his arrival in case he's not in the city. And I will attempt to scry on him as well. Though, like many of the upper echelons of the academy, they do usually keep trinkets upon them to prevent scrying. I may be able to bypass that if I'm clever enough. I will continue my work here as you enact your plan.
Cool.
Cool is right. It's exciting. I've not been part of a plot. Anyway. Good luck to you, Iron and Mana.
Same to you.
And he just sort of sits down and starts continuing his own work. Not really saying a formal goodbye. Kind of just ignoring you. Like an NPC in a video game. Oh, you're still here.
As the party is leaving, we shut the door behind us. Jacques kind of looks to the other three and goes, "Should we be concerned at all?"
About what?
Yes.
Sigil.
Oh. If he were... I mean, yes, he's getting stronger, but if he were to betray us, I mean, at this point, we've been through so much together. Why are you so suspicious?
The betrayal is a hard jump.
I don't
what is your
mean-
concern?
Betrayal.
I didn't say betrayal.
There's some. You
you-
literally
yes, you
said he
literally
betrays
just
us.
said-
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
This is why I'm
I said-
concerned
I wrote it
about
down.
you.
No, wait, what?
Do you hear yourself when you talk?
No.
Okay.
I thought I said
That
we've
might
been
be
through so much together.
that a betrayal were literally the words that came out of your mouth. Anyways,
What is your
my concern.
To
My
be fair,
concern
he
is-
said he probably wouldn't betray you guys.
Right, but he still said the word.
True, true, true.
For everything we've been through with Sigil, which has been quite a bit, we still don't know who the fuck he is. We don't know where he's come from. We don't know what he's done. We don't even know why he wears that fucking mask and all those wrappings. What happened to him? You know, I don't believe in being distrustful to start. I questioned his appearance to begin with, but moved past it. My concern is the power that he holds, especially over the planes of the elements. And the idea that he is only getting stronger. If he decides that our goals are no longer aligned, I don't think he's going to betray us. But I don't think he's going to work with us. And that is the bigger concern in my mind.
It's a very good point. Septimus, maybe you could try and ask him when you're staying over tonight. Just be like,
That was
hey, where are
actually
you
my-
from? Where are you
My
from?
thoughts, exactly. I'll be a little more nuanced, but I think it's time to
Bruce
have him uncover.
Bruce seemed to have an understanding with Sigil and told me a little bit about it, but not much. And even Bruce knew that there was something more to him. So, just a
Good
thought.
point.
Again, I don't think he's gonna betray us or do anything bad necessarily, but I like a world where we are not necessarily, where we are even with our allies and not subservient to them.
Makes sense. Will you walk with me as we leave, Jacquet? To ask you something.
Sure.
What am I, freaking chap liver here?
Oh, Sippy.
Seppi, what are you doing here?
Chop
Get out of
them
here!
up.
Jesus! How the hell did you get in here?
Should have
Actually,
waited
do
the whole
need to
time.
I need to talk to Seppi later too, but I'm starting with Jacquet.
Well, honestly, if we have nothing to attend to as a group, I could just make my way back in and settle for the evening.
Yeah. Be careful, Septimus. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't know. I don't know. Seems weird that, or strange, or that you're gonna be alone with him. Not in that way, just I don't know. If you need help, just send a message or something.
Well, let's say this. I will not willingly leave or be incapacitated tonight. So if something does happen to me, then...
I get it. It was a stupid mistake, all right? You don't have to rub it in my fucking face.
I was being very sincere, actually.
Right, so... I'm sorry. Sorry.
Someone's insecure.
Very.
If someone were to
Things
happen
never
to
change.
me, then know that I'm telling you now that something is wrong. I'm not agreeing to any experiments or anything that might leave me incapacitated.
Saskia, you feel Ro's hand on your shoulder, and you kind of look over and see it kind of like curl around your shoulder with his like. It's like a moment where you can see some of the fiendishness of him as you see these long, sharp claws, and then he whispers in your ear, "I can always help as well."
Oh, can you? All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Where the fuck did these come from?
No, sorry. I think this might be a good opportunity, Saskia. Yes, I think I've decided something right now.
Care to share?
No. And the room the room darkens around you all, like the candles in the library start to kind of shimmer. And then the three of you can see the shadow of Ro on Saskia's shoulders in the exact way where you can see the glowing red eyes and the long claws on her shoulders. And then his form kind of melts into the ground, into Saskia's shadow. And then you all see standing in front of you all is Ro.
Hi.
Hi, and Mana. It's been too long since I've spoken to the three of you. Oh. I can only be here for a short moment to speak with all of you. I can speak to Saskia whenever I please, but this requires tremendous effort. I couldn't help but notice you have some inquiries into things, mysteries beyond your knowledge. And I thought it a time to say hello, given the circumstances.
What do you want?
What do I want? It's more important what you want.
Sounds like a bad deal.
Oh, well, ask Saskia. I'm quite good on my deals.
He is.
Yeah, except she hasn't had to follow through on her end yet. Who knows what you're gonna have her do?
That's fair. I could also just ask her or make her do this.
All right. I'm standing right here. Thank you very much.
I know, Saskia. We have an accord, Saskia. And in that good faith, I will not be forcing Saskia into anything necessarily. But you all seem
Hear
to
that?
be...
He said necessarily.
Yes,
as in,
yes, I heard it.
he's still
I heard
probably
it.
gonna do it.
I told Saskia the day that we made our deal that I would never force her to do anything she doesn't want to. She just simply won't be a warlock anymore if she chooses not to do those things, which is fair. For you all, I'm also willing to work in such a good faith manner.
Fyrn just looks at Saskia and like kind of ignoring Rose glare. Just gives her like a little like, you sure about this guy?
And I, kind of shrug back and yeah.
I mean, there's, of course, information I could seek out for you. I have some extra planar access. I have to be careful, of course. There are a lot of eyes on me in the hells. But you're interested in answers to mysteries. You're interested in manipulations of your little city here. And your enemies, your allies. Hells, I could even just part with some rather powerful artifacts if you're just interested in that sort of exchange. Just appearing in his hands is the magic mandolin that he plays that has the inscription that you will all see now: this machine kills gods.
Fyrn looks at the artifact and then looks at him and says, I don't want anything from you, but if you were to look into the more powerful extraplanar entities that have an interest in Hyven or the Afdal Islands, and for Saskia, she might appreciate that.
Is that true, Saskia?
Maybe.
Careful, Fyrn. A request made through another is still a request made by you.
I see you also paid
I didn't
attention
make a
in your
request.
classes on extraplanar entities, Jacquette. I just thought I'd make my introductions again, since our previous introductions were not so pleasant.
Hero,
You mean
we've
trying?
made it this far without you, so you can go and suck a celestial cock.
Oh, you've made it this
And
far
Jacquette
without
just
me.
turns and starts walking away.
That arrogant bastard doesn't understand how much you did not make it this far without me. You won't understand now, but hopefully it all will unravel and you will understand that you would all be dead without me. But I'm not here to decide which of us is subservient in this alliance, because it's an alliance of equality. I didn't expect much from you, Fyrn, but as far as alliance, and really you either, Septimus, you were rather perturbed the last time we met, but as I said to Saskia, I'm uninterested in games. I'm uninterested in toying with you beyond just the mere rhetoric. This is a sincere offer of support. But you don't have to accept it. Saskia and I will continue working our own accord. But as I said to you, Saskia, when we made this deal, I'm more than willing to help each and every one of you. Even that bastard walking away right now.
Yeah, that bastard said he'd walk with me, so what you wanna sink back so I catch up?
I'll sink back in to allow you to think about my offer. as he looks to Septimus and Fyrn. Farewell. He melts back into Saskia's shadow.
He's an arrogant sort, but I can't fault him. He has made good on everything that I asked.
You
And
do
I-
know
I-
that has full control of your being and your soul. At what point does he decide that you're no longer fun?
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. And I will run after Jacquet. Wait! You said you'd walk with me!
Good night, Septimus.
Oh yeah, bye! Be safe!
Stay safe, Fyrn.
You too. And he just walks off.
So, Sass, you catch up with
Yep.
Jacquet, with Fyrn not too far behind.
You
So-
find Jacquet like
Yeah.
outside, and you can see he's like scribbling something,
Oh, God.
What you doing?
and then he holds up on a piece of parchment or vellum or whatever, using his scribe's pen, which everyone in the party is attuned to, and it just says you can't trust him.
Right. Well, so I'm not. When I read it, it goes in my brain, and he can see everything in my brain.
He rolls it up and shoves it into his pack, and he goes, "For fuck's sake, Saskia!"
Look, I know you're not a fan. I get it, but he's done everything for me, and I know I need to tread carefully. And like I said before, I'm not going to do anything without talking with you all first.
Don't put yourself down like that. He hasn't done everything for you. You've done those things for yourself with the powers he gives you.
Thanks, but I wouldn't.
Wasn't a compliment. It's a reminder how this power structure works. And at the end of the day, he holds all the cards. He has all the power. He wants something from you
Yeah, he told me
And
what
likes-
he wants.
to get out of the hells, right?
That, and I pause for a second, and then I look at you. That, and he said he wants a seat at the table. I don't know what table he's talking about, but apparently there's an opening and he wants to fill it. I'm guessing it's some sort of extraplanar opening. I don't know. Celestial opening. I don't know.
Just remember, he can ask anything of you now. Literally anything. And sure, you don't have to do it. But with that, he takes away your power and you're back to square one.
I know.
It's an uneven power dynamic.
Right. Well, I will think
Really,
about.
I mean, Jacquet, I know he's a devil and all, but it seems like you're on a roll with, talking that like being untrustworthy to like people who have more power that have been growing in power. First Sigil and now Ro. I mean, are you perhaps jealous of them?
Jealous? Me? No, I'm not.
I mean, I
It's
know
a
you
thing
don't
of
have any
safety
cool
In
magical,
protection. Excuse
like,
me, I
astral
have
stuff, but
I have very cool magic. It's not astral, but I don't want to deal with the outer realms, okay? There's nothing but mischief and woe that comes from there.
well,
That was
with
the whole
that, I
point of
can
the Pallid
agree.
conflict. That was the whole thing with the Morsir conflict. Is extraplanar creatures trying to work their stupid little machinations on our realm. I'm firmly with Bruce on this, that we need to keep this realm to ourselves.
I
They
would
can all
agree
fuck
with
off.
you, but to be honest, I'm not sure we have the strength to make that a reality. It seems that it's just a fact of life that these powers will always exist in our realms. We have to find some way to coexist, otherwise doom ourselves to mutual destruction.
I'll coexist when we're on a level playing field. And that means that we have to get better, we have to train, and we have to be ready. And that's what we're doing right now, is we're readying Hyven to fight against whatever fucking bullshit comes. Right?
To that point, Jacquette, I have a favor to ask you.
Is it coming from you or Ro?
It's coming from me. And don't worry, you don't have to sign any sort of contract or give away your soul to do it.
Sometimes a verbal agreement is enough with these fuckers.
It's from me, I promise. Right, so my job in all of this is to rally the dock workers, yeah, and take back the dock from Greaves. I had an idea on how to do that, and I was wondering if you might lend me your tavern.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the Gloveless Cat is always open to outside acts. I encourage it, actually.
So what I'm thinking is I'll spend tomorrow gathering up the dock workers, telling them all to meet there at, I don't know, like 8. I don't know. What time? What's a good time?
Sundown, when they're done working.
Great, perfect. That will be the message. They'll come. I've been thinking about it. I'll have words for them. I will have something to say, and I'll ask them to send a representative to our council that's happening in a couple of days, so that there's someone there from the docks. But if you'll lend me the stage, I actually want to see your tavern. I haven't seen it yet, but I'd like to borrow it.
Well, you can host a meeting, but you can't borrow the Gloveless Cat. It's not...
The stage, Jacquette. I'd like to borrow the stage.
Well, you're not really... You're just using the stage.
For fuck's sake, yes or no?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's really fun, you know? You're very easy to annoy. I missed this, I did. And he puts an arm around her as he starts describing the Gloveless Cat. Of course, talking it up more than it actually is while they walk back towards it.
And Jacquette, it's as you do this that, and you're getting into your bardic mode and whatnot, and that there's a little, like, stitch in your bag that separates. And you just... as you're talking, kind of putting your hands out, the Gloveless Cat, you just see, like, I'll say for, like, the sake of sort of the description, so you're walking down, like, the steps to the courtyard that leads out of the academy. And from your bag, just dropping out are your dice. They just down the steps to the bottom of the steps.
And I see this?
Yes.
Ah, shit. And he casts Mage Hand to go to pick him up.
And it's not really, like, nothing is, like, fabulous about them or, like, magnificent. It's just, they just fell and you grab them. But there is a little, like, faint laugh that you hear in your head that seems to almost come from Saskia.
So mechanically, has anything happened?
For the dice themselves?
Yes, sorry.
If you were to try to roll them and control their outcomes, they would no longer work.
Right, but so, like, am I attuned to them anymore?
I would actually say that's probably how you feel that, is that you are unattuned from them.
Okay. Yeah, so Jacquette goes, oh, fuck, grabs them, holds them for a second, hears this laugh, and he goes, what, you think that's funny?
What? What's funny? I missed this too. But
And
yeah.
he kind of shoves her, not like hard or anything, but like more like out of like surprise almost, and he goes, "Oh, that fucker! That fucker! You think this is funny? Huh? I don't need him!" And he throws the dice. And I imagine if we're on a hill, they like really go sailing towards the harbors. He's like, "I don't fucking need him. I don't need anything you're trying to sell, you piece of shit."
He's been saying all this directly to Sass.
Yeah. What the fuck, Shooklet? What?
Not you. The row.
Oh. Okay. Thank you for the space.
And he doesn't even listen to you, and he's already just walking off. And you can almost see the thunder clouds over his head as he's grumbling.
Nice. Well, Fyrn, I'm gonna go rest on my ship for tonight. So I need to talk to some of the crew before the morning, because I need them to do something.
Are you sure? You know, my fort is, secured. There may be more shadow assassins.
Yeah, I'll think about it, but I at least need to go talk to them. And if I don't feel safe, I'll come back.
Okay. I'll be up. I plan on discussing tomorrow's events with the soldiers at my fort, make a plan. As well as, I think it might be... I might take a stop at the merchants' row on the way home, just to make my presence known. I feel like we have to put on airs that everything is normal, to show that we are still confident and in power.
Merchants Guild.
Merchants Exchange.
That. Would that be somewhere that you could maybe buy diamonds?
Perhaps, but it is getting later.
All right, well, here. I will take out just an amount of money and shove it in your hands. Go buy 2-3 diamonds. I need to pay Septimus back.
I can't type question marks into my character sheet.
How much money do you give him?
How much is a diamond?
So he
Well,
used
just do
diamond.
100. I use 100, just 100 silver points.
Okay. So I will give
100
you
silver points.
I will give you 400 silver, buy him 4 diamonds.
Okay. I will take that 400 silver and I will say, okay.
Fyrn goes and buys candy with it.
As he's walking by, you better not fucking buy candy with it. I need to pay Septimus back.
Oh, but diamond rocks are my favorite candy. That wasn't what we were talking about.
Fyrn comes back with like 4 massive satchels of candy diamonds.
And I turn him right around and make him go return it.
Anyway.
Yeah, so Fyrn's just gonna, go for a drink at, a couple, like 1 or 2 bars, in the area where he knows some of the people he's worked with in the past hang out, and just, buy some drinks, show that he's there, see if anybody has any news for him.
Yeah, absolutely. So you go on a little tiny bar crawl. It is between those bars you would be able to go and purchase the diamond dust that Sass asks you for as the shops are closing.
All right, I'm gonna buy actually 10 diamond dust instead of 4. I'm spending my own.
Sure thing.
So that's 1,000.
Yes. But as you're going through the bars, like you definitely would be able to spark up conversation with a lot of the folk that you either know or at least to kind of like know are part of the crowds there. And like the most things that you kind of like hear from people, some people are talking about how they just don't like the current climate of Hyven. They don't like having so much commotion. Some of them, like you've probably the thing you can glean the most from just like the people is they're like, just don't want to deal with this. Like, this is like, you know, I'd rather just not have to think about who's in charge of Hyven. And then other people who are very, very opinionated about it. You know, there's the people who are like, you know, why should we have some fucking performer leading Hyven, even though there's been no like claim of Jacquet being the person who challenges Greaves. Like, people talk as if that's already been decided. Like, people have already, like, there are certain groups within Hyven who are already like, yeah, why not? Jacquet Touchard comes from a family of wealth. His words are bold. He seems to care about Hyven. They keep coming back. Iron and Mana, they could fuck off, use their fabulous wealth to go live somewhere else. And then others who are like, I don't want adventurers leading my city. Adventurers are pieces of shit who don't care about anything except for their own glory. And you get similar things from people who are talking about Greaves, where some people would be like, well, you know, you get some people like, well, he's a good businessman. And then others who don't like Greaves, who kind of have a more like solid, like, no, like, have we all forgotten that he's 100% a criminal?
So Fyrn is trying not to be involved in a lot of this, but he will speak up if somebody starts like bad mouthing Iron and Mana. I'd assume he has, you know, these are the same places he's been at months, so he probably has like an Iron Fortress, like, you know, pamphlet or something saying like, if you need any assistance or, you know, somebody bothers you, you know, meet us here or whatever.
Oh yeah, there's absolutely, you were able to throw up like some adverts in some of these bars for sure. And I mean, really, when it comes to like insults to Iron and Mana, probably the most distinct one you would hear is people who are saying like, well, you know, all our troubles in Hyven started when Iron and Mana arrived here. Is like the thing that some people are saying.
Actually, Fyrn would probably not respond to that. If that's what they're saying, Fyrn would probably be like, well, you know, we did bring trouble, but the trouble was here anyway. You just didn't see it. But yeah, Fyrn would probably just like ask the bartenders if they need any help. Mm-hmm. You know, remind people about the upcoming summit at the fort. If anybody asks, you know, he'd probably, you know, just tell the bartender to like spread a rumor or something, but like, you know, he wouldn't, you know, stand up on a soapbox or anything like that unless somebody asked him to. And yeah, that's pretty much all he wants to do.
Yeah, and absolutely. Like when you're talking to the bartenders, like some of them you have already like like your adventurers, your guards have done things for them, whether it was like clearing out an issue, you know, whether it was like something that was very like classic adventurer thing where they're like, yeah, there's a fucking somehow in the night a like CR2 monster like made a nest in my basement and I needed adventurers to come out and deal with it. Or you know, the one
to be like a CR4 monster, you know, like
exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's really like exactly like that very like level 1 through 3 like adventurer style stuff that's been happening, that just like is a general thing that happens in any D&D world, where it's just sort of like, yeah, there's a fucking, I don't know, there's you know, some owl bear that's fucking eating my trash and scaring away patrons that somehow got into the city walls. You know, that kind of thing. Or like, oh, there's an elemental, like, you know, there's some like mud elemental that like is upset with the vibes of my house. Can you take care of it? Can you ethically remove it and relocate it?
Yeah, Fyrn would definitely put a pause in his drinking to help with anything that needed immediate attention. Otherwise, he would just put it on his list of to-do things for his people.
Yeah, I'll say there's one tavern, Fyrn, where you're like, fuck it, I'll do it. And you go into their basement and have like the quickest fight with just like a really low CR ooze that has formed in their basement. That they're
I just like poke it with my sword. And
and it just like just like melts immediately as you just like stab it once. Like, and they're like, thank you so much for taking care of that. You know, it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, like this is a threat that I should hire a level 1 adventurer for. I can't kill it, but it's also not like destroying my tavern. Like, you know, where it's like
Right.
dealing with rats, but they could kill you.
And I imagine Fyrn's like the type of person who's like doesn't really value his own effort. Like he wants his people to get paid, but whenever he always does things gratis whenever he's drinking. Basically.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like that bartender's like, yeah, let me give you some silver. I know it's not much. I know you're fucking
So they all know
iron
to
and
ask
mana.
me to do things, you know.
Yeah, and there's always the charade of them being like, let me give you some silver, and you're like, no, it's fine, and they're like, no, and then they end up just giving you a few free drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Okay, so Saskia, you get back to your ship at this point.
Great. And as I'm walking up the gangplank, I will call for Giuseppe, Gusto, I need you.
Yeah. I was wondering when you get back.
Right. Well,
What's up?
Are you sober enough to listen right now? Fuck it, I'm telling you anyway.
No, yep. I'll remember, don't worry. I'll remember.
I'll remind you in the morning too. So tomorrow night I'm hosting a rally of sorts for the dock workers, and I need you and Gusto to spread the word about it. It's going to be at Jacquette's Tavern, sundown when everyone's done working, and I'll cover drinks. And just tell them they'll...
You perform too, just like Jacquette. What do you do?
No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of performer. No, I'm just using the stage to get the word out.
Okay, well, nobody wants to hear somebody preach to them. Like, well, what should I tell them? What are you selling?
Tell them if they want to join a better crew than the one Mr. Greaves has, to be there.
Okay. I like that. Just like me, just like us.
Just like you. Yeah.
Okay.
And take some of the other fuckers with you.
I picked a good night to drink then, because I wasn't sure when you're getting back. But I'll be good. I'll remember. Don't worry.
Like I said,
I'm just playing it up.
I'm staying here tonight. I'll remind you in the morning, and try and get to them, as early as you can, so that they can spread the word amongst themselves when they start their workday.
Gusto? Yeah. So, why don't you tell I always forget his goddamn name. You're on mute, Sean.
Simon.
It's Simon.
Simon.
Yeah, you see Gusto's like, you're always forgetting Simon. And it's like this hint of the one fight that Gusto and Giuseppe have.
I know. I need to be better. Tell Simon
He's part of this family.
Well, he's gonna be part of this family. I'll make sure he...
Only Tygon hears that part.
Tell him that he makes sure he wakes us up, crack of dawn. We got a job to do tomorrow, all right? I'm more than a fucking alarm clock, prick.
Yeah. Excellent.
But you're staying here tonight. Let's get you a drink. Let's play a couple games.
Let's do it. Yes, please. It sounds wonderful. I have just one more quick thing, but get everybody together. I'll be right there.
Okay, Gusto's here. Tygon.
You can see that the light is on in Tygon's room. Like the little portcullis is like showing a lantern, but he's just like not answering.
Hey, Tygon, Captain wants to see us. 15 minutes, all right?
Just immediately you hear like books tumble to the ground. He's like, yeah, 1 minute, no problem.
Yeah, make sure you tell Clara too, because she don't like me very much, so I don't feel like talking to her.
Okay, sure.
Love it.
I will, this last really quick thing, I will go into my disaster of captain's quarters and think in my mind. Are you sober enough for a quick conversation right now?
Are you talking to Ro?
Yes.
You see, he again kind of like corporealizes from your shadow, and he says, "Saskia, I'm not drunk."
You know what? It's always a 80-20 shot that you are drunk, so I just had to check. I have a question. Well, no, not a question. I have a request. I have two requests. I have two requests.
Bossy.
No. I'm going to say please.
Just
the first
judgy
one.
then.
No, it's not.
Not bitchy, but judgy. Jacquet and I are cut of the same cloth. Did you think it was funny what I did? Took his magic dice away from him?
That's the first request I have. Leave him the fuck alone. All right? He's already got a lot on his mind. He doesn't need you fucking with him as well.
No, he can't take his own medicine. I get it.
Yeah, no, definitely not. So, please, request number 1.
Easy. Granted.
Thank you.
You have 2 more wishes.
Oh, 2. Excellent. Request number 2. Wish number 2.
But you remember how
I
those wishes
suppose.
work when it comes to Jinn, where it's like, I do it, but it's a little weird and kind of to your detriment.
Right, it's very literal and all that. Yes. Well, good thing you're not a Jinn.
That's
or
true.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So, second, tomorrow, I don't know if you were listening, but tomorrow
Tygon's
night...
listening through the door. Wish that he has short-term memory loss, so he forgets that you had the first wish already.
Tygon, go find Giuseppe!
Unlimited wishes!
I don't know if you were listening, but tomorrow night I'm hosting a conversation.
No.
More heated one. Spirited, actually, would probably.
Oh,
be
that's
more
That's good. You're learning.
a good term for it. With the duck
Spirited
workers.
discussion.
Yes, exactly. I was wondering if you might take a break from your revelry, and if you wouldn't mind doing a little crowd work while I'm there.
Crowd work, Saskia. Asking a bard of my distinguished status, my eloquence, my verbosity.
I'm not asking you to write what I'm going to say. I've already done that. No, I'm asking you to do your thing that you do.
It's quite condescending when you do the little hand gesture.
Well, you do it to me, so you know what? Take your own medicine.
Oh, touche, Saskia. I'll reward you for that quip by agreeing to help you.
Thank you. I don't have a third one yet. I'll let you know when I do.
It's rhetorical, Saskia. It's rhetorical.
I'm still going to. No, I'm still going to have one. You said 3. I'm going to hold you to it.
Fair enough. What sort of vibe are you looking for to be orchestrated by me?
Community. Rallying together. Rebellion.
Ah. I like the third one. We'll go with the third one.
Yeah. So I need to put the finishing touches on it before I go to bed tonight, but if you want to hear it, I guess I could practice.
Like I said, I am a man of eloquence, as Jacquet wishes he was. No, I don't need to hear it. I already know it.
That's fair. Right. All right, I'm going to go drink with my crew now because I can't...
Paragraph 3, I think you're going a little heavy-handed.
I see that. I thought I did really well on that one. I've got the
Everybody
C
thinks they
mid-
went really well, and then they say it, and they feel a little, but no. It's your speech. It's your speech. It's your passion. I'll do the heavy lifting with their emotions.
Much obliged. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go get shit-faced with my crew.
Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. And I will go and get shit-faced with my crew.
Excellent. I think that's a good spot for us to take a break. When we come back, we'll check in with Septimus and Jacquette if there's anything they want to do on this evening, and then we'll jump into the next day.
Woo.
All right, folks, we will be back shortly. Please stick around, and thank you for hanging out with us in Paradiso. See you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to Pterodactyl time. No, we're in Adrift in Aldhalor, and our heroes are enacting a plot. So, you have communicated with Sigil. Fyrn is doing some spreading of the word and listening, a little listening campaign. Sass is organizing her little shindig to convince the dock workers. But before we get to the next day, I wanted to check in with Jacquet and Septimus to see if there's anything you two would like to do this evening. Start with Jackie.
So, two things.
Oh.
First off, Jacquet would like to stop by Portrayals shop.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, you can
Look
head
into those bunkos.
Yes, absolutely. So you can find Torcal. It's towards the end of the market time. He is in the Lighthouse Fortress. He has his stall out there. You can see, like, as you approach, he's just kind of like leaning there. It's a slow day, not a lot of traffic for his type of junk. But then he spots you and he goes, Jackie.
Jacquet.
Jacquet, good to see you. You interested in some wares?
Yes, Bruce told me that you have some select modules.
And he stands up straight.
That
or sits up straight now that you're talking about a nefarious thing.
Might be for sale, and that you could potentially use some help with some paperwork.
Oh. Yes. Come closer so we can talk more privately.
Okay, yeah, he does that. I was trying to think of something cool I could
Yeah.
do, and I realized it wouldn't. It would be cool for a moment, and then it wouldn't be that cool. So he just kind of like leans in on the little doorway scepter that he still technically has, just never uses, as he's like,
yes. He brings like a black mahogany box out and he puts it down, and he unclips it and opens it up, and in it you see kind of in these in like a perfect cast for each one, several modules. So they all look relatively simple when you look at them. They are either just sort of like what looks honestly just like a bolt you screw onto something, or a like cap. You see some that have like a little bit more to them, where there's like a loading cylinder on it, which makes you think about the original greatsword that had the loading cylinder to load elemental beads into. He says, so these here are the modules that I have that are complete and ready for installing. I also have, and he kind of gestures to a box behind him, materials to construct, experiment, augment, upgrade. I've learned recently in my studies that you can not only attach a module, but you can also upgrade a module node on the device itself. So, do you have any particular types of effects you're looking for with your artifact, we'll say?
I'd love to be able to stop folks in their tracks.
Interesting. So I have a few things for that. So we have here, and he gestures to a module that looks like it's made of like really smoothed over metal, really sleek, that has kind of like divots, lines carved into it that have this very dull blue glow to them. It says this here would require 2 tier 1 nodes to power it, and has the effect, a stunning effect, akin to those monks, you know, that they punch you in the exact right spot and you're like, and you freeze up. That would have a stunning effect on your artifact. They would have a certain number of charges per day. This is probably the higher tier version of what you're looking for. Over here, we have this module, which would not stun someone outright, but it would apply a daze upon them, so that they will be stopped in their tracks for a moment, but maybe can recover quicker. More capability in the sense that you can use it more frequently than the stunning module. This one here is one that will create a concussive force with your artifact, which would push your target backwards or at a distance. This one also has it can be attuned to do a different thing where it would have less of a concussive force, but it would have a spread to it, where you might be able to hit a cone, one could call it, of individuals and push them back not as far.
Okay. And Jacques kind of holds the two up, eyeing them. And he goes, what about something that gives me a little more firepower?
Oh, you're looking for firepower, then you're looking for this module here. And he grabs the one that has the loading capacity. This one, you load up certain beads, certain proprietary beads that would then give a bit more force behind your attacks. They can be customized as well, where you can purchase them that are associated with certain types of aggression and damage, elemental magics, those sorts of things. Or if you buy the good stuff, you could just put straight force into it.
So something that maybe doesn't require too much handling, just a flat extra damage.
Exactly.
And is that one of them multi-slot modules?
The pure damage would be a multi-slot module. And it would also just be something you're not maintaining. You need to purchase additional materials for.
Right. Well, he says, holding up the dazing module, we'll call it. He says, what's something that might pair well with this?
With the dazer, we'll call it. Pairs well with a dazer is something that makes it more difficult for the individual to do the tasks at hand. So if you're someone who, let's just say, you only have a movement reaction or action, or bonus action, is something that might make that in and of itself more difficult. Might give someone a little disadvantage in the fight, so to speak. That way you got two things off of one strike that can incapacitate.
And would this disadvantage be for all attack and saving throws for a full turn, or are we just talking about?
If you're looking for something that would satisfy what I'm presuming you're talking about, 2 tier 1 nodes, it would be just for that turn.
Okay.
If you're looking for something a little bit more special, we could tinker around and get something that has, one could say like a minute effect with.
No, just a full 6 seconds is more than enough, I think, for the desired effect. So Jacques will purchase the dazed module and the disadvantage module.
All right, excellent, Mr. Touchard. Let me just ring up your purchase here with the 10% discount because you're an associate of Bruce.
Oh, you're too kind.
Associate of Septimus, I knew him first.
But he likes Bruce more.
It's true.
So overall, these 2 modules are going to, with that 10% discount, also counting into the clandestine nature of things, you're looking at a 1,350 silver.
How much?
1,350 silver.
Oh,
I heard 10.
yeah, same.
No.
I was like,
These-
Jesus.
These are, for lack of a better way to put it, uncommon modules.
Right. That's
yeah,
what I
they're
was assuming. So.
they're not going to be. Yeah, you're not spending big bucks on these. They're more expensive than they would be because they're illegal, but it's
Right.
not an arm and a leg.
All right, so Jacques will purchase those. And well, also after he's made the purchase and he's put away the modules, Jacques goes, and the offer stands if you need help with any kind of paperwork.
Yes,
I do specialize in clerical things.
I would say that the 10% exchange with Bruce was sort of in exchange for that paperwork. If you're interested in supplying that,
I don't believe I agreed to those terms, but
fair. Those were the terms he gave me.
oh, Brucey, we really need to teach him how to negotiate. Okay, fine. And so Jacques will take a look at the paperwork that he has, and take if he needs to take any of it, or if he can just copy it, and then he will work on that at some point. Then Jacques would like to purchase some, I'll say, reagents, for something that we've talked about many moons ago.
Yes.
Upgrading the basic poisons that he had.
Yes.
I am specifically thinking of the truth serum poison that I have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And do you have an augmentation you're thinking of, or are you just looking to...
I am looking to increase the DC. Standard DC is an 11 Constitution saving throw. I would love to get that up to Jacques. If Jacques was making this poison, his DC, given his proficiency in the Dex bonus, would be an 18. I would love to get an 18.
Okay, so you're trying to get it to match your DC.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which I think is kind of what we had talked about, is that that is the DC of the poisons that Jacques brews with the feature. So I would like to get that same one for increasing the capabilities of this one.
All right, let me take a look.
And if you'd like to choose a cost for that later, that's fine. I've got 13,000 silver to work with.
Yeah, you can afford it. Obviously there's definitely going to be a cost for brewing a stronger truth serum. I'm just reminding myself of the poisoner feat.
That's fair.
Okay, so I think the reagents to brew a stronger truth serum to get the DC up would cost like a certain amount of beyond the regular cost of a truth serum. Do you already have truth serum? Mute yourself, Michael.
Yes, I have 2 doses, and I would like to
keep both doses and increase them.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, all right. So then what I would say is basically you need to spend the time to concentrate them, essentially, where you're purchasing additional reagents to use your brewing abilities to heighten the strength of them. You would empty the truth serum into your supplies, heat it up, continue to add more supplies to increase that. I would say to increase the DC by 2, it costs the additional cost of a standard truth serum. So every 2 you increase the DC costs you 150 silver.
Truth. Wait. Okay, yes, that makes sense. Sorry, it said 300 on mine, and I was like, I'd love to get
That's
a
the
discount.
old one. Yeah. I think it's the old one. Because
No, I think it's because I have two.
Oh,
I think it's because I have two in my inventory. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that could be increased to a maximum of 20.
Oh.
I'll say.
Oh.
Yeah. So and you can have it because I know it's 11 is the standard. So for that one to get it to 20, it would just be the 75 silver pieces. So you would be what is 8 times 150?
I'm too tired to do math tonight. I'm doing the math. 8 times 150
It's 1200, I
is...
think.
1200?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're looking at 1275 to upgrade 1 to 20. It's the DC.
Okay, so I'll do 2. So I'll pay the 2,550 silver. To increase those two. And yes.
The only other additional thing is that the part of the concentration is a time sink as well. So
okay.
For every additional concentration, so every 2 that you're upgrading it, it'll take an additional 30 minutes to brew it.
Can I, since I'm doing 2 at the same time?
Yes, you can do them simultaneously. It's like, cause I'll say you have 2 beakers that you're doing the concentration in. No, I'm throwing a lot of math at you.
Normally I'd be fine at this, but it's been a long.
I think it's 4.5 hours.
Okay.
On top of the hour that it also takes, so 5.5 hours to do the concentration brewing. That you have to actually be there for it too, because it's
right. So I imagine Jacques gets these goods. It's not quite dark yet, but it's getting there. And he returns to the tavern and he tells shit, what was my goblin chef's name?
Oh yeah, your goblin.
Crompy. Tells
yeah.
Crompy to send his dinner to the he calls it the den now, I just decided. The den being the underground hideout, basically. And he's down there and he's got like all this stuff, very uncharacteristic for Jacques. And I imagine again, another new thing is that he now has a small set of spectacles on the tip of his nose.
I love that.
A pince-nez.
Yeah, a little pince-nez. Sure. I assume that Shannon knows what she's talking about. I have no idea.
I know what she's talking about, but I don't know what the pronunciation is.
It's those little ones that have the hinge and they squeeze
out.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, so he's got one of those as he's mixing, and Reardon kind of comes up behind him like, "What are you doing, boss?" And Jacques like, "I'm working." Before
we're gonna zoom in on that moment because I was gonna have Reardon come talk to you anyway.
Oh, okay.
So Reardon says, "What are you doing there, boss?"
"I'm working."
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to check in with you, and I'm working on the task you assigned me. And I just thought it might be useful to know what your plan is if I find this stuff. I have a good lead on Orkwood.
Okay, that's good. Well, our goal is to dismantle Greaves' syndicate, right? So when you find Orkwood, I think our next plan will be finding a way to take them out and cripple some of Greaves' operational capacity.
Yes, of course. That's what I expected. Just was wondering if there's any updates on that plan.
Nope. Business as usual, Reardon.
All right, I will see if I can follow this lead. Find Orkwood. And yeah, I'll work on that, boss.
All right. Keep up the good work, my friend. You've really been stepping up. I don't think any of this would be possible without you. I'd be lost, adrift at sea, without my faithful Reardon, whomst I can always trust.
Of course, boss. Yeah. All right. That reporter came back again.
Is he here now?
I can go get him for you. Yeah, he's outside.
Send him into my office.
You got it. And he runs upstairs.
As he is turning to leave, Jacques. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Fuck.
What were you thinking?
It's a Bruce thing.
Was it the
little
thing?
tracker.
Yeah.
We're gonna say that there's another spy down there. It's my good friend the dwarf, whose name is, tell me, Sybil Stonesworn.
Yep.
One of my dwarfs. Who's like maybe like writing something out, and Jacques looks up at her and goes, "You follow him. Don't let him know you're following him, and you'll report back to me immediately."
Yes, boss. And Sybil gets up immediately and quietly follows up the stairs of the den.
As she passes by, Jacques just hands her a gold.
She's like, oh. She immediately comes back downstairs. He's not here. The reporter walked in, but I don't see Reardon.
Don't tell anyone I told you to do this. Look for him. Sorry. Find him. Follow him. You report to me before the night's done what he's up to, and then you keep following him.
Should we be worried about Reardon?
No. It's my job to worry. It's your job to do what I tell you to do.
Yes, boss. I'll find him.
Jacques like puts his hands down. You can see he's got this display of reagents, almost alchemic in nature. You can see the modules next to him and Samari, the crossbow Bruce made for him, on the table. To the right is a number of crumpled up papers in writing that is being kind of kept secret almost because he is trying to keep it closed. That is his writing for the Independent Journal. And he goes, "Fucking, if Bruce was here, this would be easier. I hope he's okay." And he pushes up from the table and stalks to his private entry into the den, coming out of his bedroom into the office where Kellen should be waiting.
Something I'll say about the modules that I haven't said before that might be interesting in the future, but doesn't really matter right now, is that they are designed for ease of use, which means...
I know that they are. Jacques hasn't done anything yet. He's just looking at them as like a problem.
Totally. No.
Sorry.
This is more for future reference in that...
Okay.
It's not something like magic items where you have to spend an hour attuning to them. They are modules. It means that in combat, you can literally pull one off and put a different one on using an action. So like in the future, if you have those two modules on Samari and you're like, no, I think I want to do something crazy, I have this other one in the back. It's just an action to...
Right.
So that's their way of like competing with magic items, you know, not just the sense that magic items are rare and need you to hire a specialist to find them, but also it's like you can even hear it in your head, like the advert being like, are you sick of unattuning and attuning to your magic items? Well, wouldn't you love to have a fireball at your will just with a simple 6-second installation and removal? Well, Bunkos is there for you, adventurers of the new age. Don't have a cleric?
Except
Don't
this is all
worry.
legal.
Don't have a cleric? Don't worry. You can install a healing property to your bolts whenever you want. Oh, don't have a wizard? Guess what? Your sword is now a moving fireball. Bunkos. Yeah, like the big ad is like, you don't need an adventuring party. You can have one in your bag. Creating a whole new class of adventurers who have no class and just have Bunkos tools.
Yeah. And when those disappear, they're like a warlock without their patron. Oh!
That's what's going to happen to Sass when she portrays Rose. She's just going to have to be outfitted entirely with Bunkos items.
Yep.
Bruce will make her like all these or it'll be like a combination of Bruce and Septimus making her the ultimate killing machine.
It's pretty fucking cool.
And then she goes cyber psycho.
Hey, Choom, you chipping in?
But yes, you can enter into your office. You can see Kellen is standing there, like any reporter you walk in on, just sort of like looking around, like clearly, like always on the eyes for something useful. In his typical uniform, his nice suit that he wears, he looks up to you, those gold eyes and the handles glinting off of his green scales. Always need to remind myself he's a dragonborn.
Oh, really? Because it's seared into mine. I've got like the perfect image of him.
I love that. And he looks up, and it's kind of like he like literally like has a claw on like some papers on your desk and just like drops them for a bit. And he looks, Jacquette, it's been some time.
I don't keep the good stuff up here. As he walks over to a decanter and pops the top off, pouring 2 glasses of.
He's got the special.
What is it?
Gin?
No, this is
Skooma,
this is
yes.
not skooma. What ski?
Yes, ski.
Yeah, a little bit of ski. He's got the gin, but he feels like Kellen's more of a ski kind of guy.
Yeah, totally. He takes the glass and holds it up to cheers.
What are we cheersing to?
It's been quite the combat of the public I've been watching between you and Mr. Greaves. I just thought it was time to catch up since we last spoke, since I last tipped you off that he was holding his celebration and that he was firing up the people.
I always like talking with you, Kellen. Always something to learn, as he gestures to the seat, and Jacquette sits in his own chair behind the desk.
Of course. I figured since I have the beat on Murder's Row, Widow's Ward, that we might have information to share with one another, given the interference you've been running on Mr. Greaves' election.
Interference? Oh, no, I think you have it the wrong way, my friend. I am simply choosing an alternative that is more akin to what the people of Hyben want, not what Greaves wishes for them to want.
Of course, ever the politician, Jacquette. what exactly is it that you're planning? I understand what you're attempting with these representatives, but don't you think Greaves is also machinating in those communities?
Of course. I mean, what I'm planning has been printed in the Times, your newspaper, every other day. Sparring verbally. It's actually been quite fun with Greaves. I have nothing further to say. I've been very transparent, I think. Laying it all out for the people.
Yeah, I suppose that's refreshing. I'm used to trying to get past the sweet language to the truth. But perhaps you're not like the subjects I'm usually interviewing. Perhaps you are a honest man.
Let's be real. I'm as honest as...
Mr. Greaves.
I like to think I'm more honest than him. I was gonna say some kind of like funny thing about like I'm as honest as a whore on a Sunday. But I don't know how well that actually worked. Oh, okay, cool. Then, yeah, that's what I said originally. Yeah, let's cut this. Can we cut that?
Rollsy. Well, I don't know why. I suppose there was some other ulterior motive here. Have you considered trying to speak with Mr. Greaves?
No.
Fair enough. I can't help but sniff out some higher ambitions here, Jacquet. I know you have not formally declared anything, and you hope, I'm sure, that these representatives will see your plan as the most logical plan. But the graffitied election banners, the talk about town, is about Jacquet Touchard. Mayor, chief, whatever it might be called, of Hyven. Very interesting for myself as a reporter to perhaps get a scoop on that. I've written a lot about Mr. Greaves because it's my beat. I've not written a lot about Jacquet Touchard.
Isn't that Morris's field? Is he gonna get a little jealous of you?
Morris writes for the rag at the back of the paper. He's more concerned with gossip. If you're having an affair, he'll be very keen for that, but politics is not Morris's beat. And mine, though it is the crime beat, is ultimately truly the politics beat at the end of the day.
You want a scoop, Kellen? You want something to go back to the Times and really make your fucking name? Really get the coin pouring in? Is that what you want?
Jacquet, I think I've always demonstrated that I have an interest in the truth. I understand the Times may not always be interested in the truth, but I am. You helped me, to an extent, with the murder investigation, although it seemed to be wrapped up in a very peculiar way. And I'm also very curious about your connections with the now missing, or at least fled, LaRue. Given the last thing you told me about his murder of Captain Hastings, who my reports in my investigations have found is not dead.
What can I say? I'm not infallible. But if you want some truth, Kellen, listen carefully. Everything that happens in this city doesn't matter. Everything that happens in Aldhalor inevitably doesn't matter. We're small, pathetic creatures, squabbling and fighting amongst ourselves. But at the end of the day, the entities out there, Jacquet says, pointing above him to the ether. The great slumbering deities, the devils, the fae, celestials, They're the ones that hold the power. We're just pawns in their game. And I've come to realize that if we have any chance of changing that, we need to come together, and we need a bastion against that. And that's what I hope for Hyven at the end of the day, even if I'm not in charge. Fuck it. Yeah, of course I want to be in charge. Who doesn't want to be in charge? But know that I want to be in charge so that I can prepare us for whatever the fuck is coming, because something's coming. We've seen it. We've been to the far north. We've seen the corpses of dead gods. And we've seen that which comes from beyond. And it scares us. All of us.
So it's religious.
So write that in your fucking paper.
And he sort of just like gestures his hand, and you see like revealing itself, but you've seen it before, as he does have literally a mage handwriting on a spectral notebook. Of course, I'm going to write it all down. But this is very interesting, Jacquette. This is a crusade on your part, then.
No. Crusade means we're leaving. I fully intend to stay here and make our fight in this city. And everyone that wants to join us is welcome. But we need to stop them from fucking with us. Whether the them is Greaves, whether it's Governor Saipajin, whether it's fucking Halcyon, or those over in Gwenvalor, or the greater threats from beyond. We need to be ready for them.
So it is a consolidation of power, then, and you believe you're the man to do it.
I won't be alone. Person in power is only as strong as those they surround themselves with. And I intend to have everyone from every district there and have a voice. If I'm elected. I intend to have Iron and Mana there. You've seen what Fyrn is doing in the lighthouse, in the Widow's Ward. He's dishing out justice, albeit with a heavy hand sometimes, but against the Chroma Fist, against the Syndicate, it's needed. Septimus in his temple. I don't fully understand Machina, but there are results. And even beyond that, the people of the city, whatever their past, whatever walks of life, they're welcome, because like us, they're mortal. And at the end of the day, us mortals need to stick together.
Fascinating new perspective in this campaign. Anything else, Jacquette Touchard? Savior of Hyven? Seeming savior of Aradun?
I know this isn't how it works mechanically, but Jacquette will like mage hand to knock out the pen from Kellen's mage hand and goes, off the record, when all this is over, I'd love to have you on our team.
An interesting proposition, Jacquette. And I'm assuming all of Iron and Mana has some part to play in this. Something to gain.
Gain? I understand where you're coming from. I do. I get it. I think the same way most times. But for them, they're sweet, simple people. It's not always about gaining anything for them. Fucking, can you believe they do what they do out of the goodness of their fucking hearts? Yeah. I know. Surprises me too sometimes. I don't think they have anything to gain from this, besides doing the right thing, which I've learned. Again, off the record, as his mage hand,
because his almost mage hand was already writing,
yeah, like wrestling with his.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes doing the right thing makes you some extra coin.
You know I can remember some of the things you say, too. I don't have to write it all down.
Come on, professional respect.
Well, needless to say, I'm very curious about what you have planned for this election. Though this has been quite enlightening to the motivations of Jacques Touchard. I think I'll stay up late to write this piece.
You do that, my friend.
Any words for those who believe that iron and mana is the root of all problems in Hyven? That the dissolution of our social contract began with the arrival and pronouncements of you as the first sanctioned adventuring party of Aldhalor.
I feel like Fyrn would say this the best. But if you think your problems started with us, then you're fucking stupid. Syndicate was here long before Iron and Mana showed up. We may have stirred the pot, sure. Something was coming, a reckoning, long before we stepped foot on your shores.
Fair enough. I can quote you on that. As his hand, gets free from yours and starts to scribble rapidly. I think that's all I need. He finishes the ski, places the cup down. I'll let you enjoy the rest of your evening, Mr. Touchard.
You do that, Mr. I'm so sorry. I don't know your last name. I've never written it down.
It's
I don't know if-
DeGeneres.
It's Thibodeau.
No, it's the generous.
Dimmadome?
The Doug Dimmadome? The
Or
Dimmadome?
the Dimdale
Or the Hyven
Sean is wondering how to TPK us right now.
Yep.
10 shadow
Sorry.
demons.
Oh no.
What was the actual last name?
Thibodeau.
Kellen.
Or Thibodeau. It's Thibodeau. I mispronounced it. He did say that once 10,000 sessions ago.
Yeah, I think I wrote it down actually. Yeah, I have it.
Something Fyrn or Clayton has noted that I don't. I'm sure there's actually quite a few things.
It's mostly people's mispronounced names.
And
We
misspelled.
love that.
Um,
But as he leaves, Jacques just watches him walk out, finishing his own ski, and mutters something about it'll be your last, in reference to something Kellen said a while ago about being oh, I'm sure I can write about this or something. Yeah.
Okay.
So. But for the rest of the night, Jacques will work on his poison, writing while he can, and then will rouse his mighty band, linking up with Fyrn and his adventures and the guards. Well, actually, I guess he would have to run up to the Admiralty Court, get the printing going. And I imagine this is a fun scene of Emile and Jacques being how the fuck do these things work? And Emile being oh no, I can just call in. And Jacques was no, we can't tell anyone. No one can see what's in these until they're being delivered.
Yeah, you can stay up late with Emile, figuring out how to do the work.
And so what I'm going to say is mechanically trying to get all this done, Jacques will not be taking a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
So he will still have the final -1 to all rolls from being revived.
Okay. Septimus, you were at the academy. sort of a awkward hangout with Sigil, where it's like you're like your parents dropped you off at your grandparents, and you have to like sit and watch their shows with them. But he is, you guys never spent extended time with Sigil, and he is just working. Like he's literally just writing notes into a notebook, occasionally going to a shelf in his office. But he has not like invited you to work on anything with him during this time.
Mm-hmm. Septimus at a certain part would probably just be doing his own thing. Maybe just any books he's collected, maybe just perusing through Sigil's personal library. Seems as anything that spots his curiosities.
You would see a lot of his library that's in there, and the books have a lot to do with extraplanar things. He has a lot of text on the different planes of existence, a lot of text on the elements, which is to be expected based on his interests.
Anything on the where's Bruce at again?
Astral Sea.
Astral. Anything on the Astral Sea?
Yeah, there would definitely be some text on the Astral Sea.
Since it is something that's just not familiar, you can pick it up and just kind of start perusing through it.
Yep, you can see.
Nothing that I'm asking for it mechanically, but just more like.
You would see a lot of these like really like aggressive illustrations of the Astral Sea, of the ether as it's formally called. Particularly what stands out is this one story that you read in it from an old pre-Morrisier conflict explorer. This is probably a pretty rare and esoteric book, accounting about a young boy who experienced the ether after an accident where he fell into a rift in the northern continent. A Nor lad from back when there was a place called Nor up there, and how he described arriving in this place where everything seemed to fold onto itself and the time seemed to stretch, and where, as best a young boy could explain, esoteric things. But the painting is just this aggressive painting of like colors really overlapping each other. And how there's little understanding of the Astral Sea, the ether, other than the prevailing theory that it is a plane of space, of spatial reality, that there's some theories from the old world about the planes of existence sort of representing fundamental forces of the celestial mechanics of the cosmos. That there's something that is necessary to them in their existence.
Wrapping up towards the end of like reading the book and trying to understand it, Septimus would kind of just like put a hand on it and just give a little prayer to like, oh my, can you please give me wisdom and insight moving forward. And it's more of just like a prayer, just like saying like, help me going further. He's not looking for a direct answer right now. It's more like
you're not divine interventioning.
It's like guide me to seeking the truth. But he would go probably eventually after reading that and doing said thing. If there's like a little area to do so, make some tea, perhaps.
Yep. There's the little stove that he always has in there that he's usually always has tea ready.
And he would make one for himself, one for Sigil. And whenever there was a moment that seemed appropriate, offer it to him.
He would nod and say, thank you, Septimus. I apologize for my silence. I don't usually have a companion staying. So
it's quite all right. It's quite admirable. The thirst for knowledge, yearning to learn. It's honestly quite a gift. Something not a lot of mankind or people kind take into consideration. Alma kind.
Yes, Olma are not always. While a distinct feature of Olma is our curiosity, it is suppressed often by one's environment. There was a day when I used to be able to recall facts and knowledge and histories and arcana from many ages, but in my age and crippling, I must work harder.
I think it's the complicity of things making sense. And before I ventured on the route that I am on now, like I said, I had a family. I was meant to work the soil. Did not think much of the outer worlds, for I thought that it was all going to be taken care of. That it'd be salvaged. And there was bliss. I do remember. And that is my one regret. That feeling of, I suppose, calm. And not thinking of the bigger things.
I suppose
My survival has led me to yearning for that knowledge. As I'm sure there's a reason why you earnestly work.
curious. Alma of faith tend to suppress their curiosities. Even as you say, the bliss you recall. There are calculated hands guiding our destinies. Tell me, Septimus, in your revelations, what are your thoughts on destiny? Carved paths for us, each step calculated, planned.
I see it less as a calculation, but as an inevitability. I mean, we are all one and the same. A consciousness yearning to regroup. What some call destiny is larger links trying to manifest towards each other.
A yearning of the soul driving us, our anima, towards that destiny. And what would you do if you could see it all splayed out in front of you? Your future, a mountain to climb, or a canyon to descend into? Do you think you would change your destiny, Septimus?
That's something I'm uncertain about still. I like to tell myself that it's a weird duality of where I am right now. Ultimately, I believe that we will one day unify and become one consciousness again together. How that happens and how long is uncertain. So, in the grand scheme of things, anything and all we do now matters not. But on the flip side, or alternatively, flip side, there's still, I don't know, a burning in me to want to live. It doesn't quite make sense. Because if we're all going to inevitably be one, then what's the point of living?
Yes. Grand unity is also an obliviation. That reminds me of the sands, the parable of the sands. I believe I've told you this before, or mentioned it to the... An automaton is given the order to walk in a circle in a pit of sand. And that sand is filled with black and white sands, each distributed evenly, half and half. Every step of the automaton mingles the sands. Before, you would look at a splitting of black and white sands as ordered, structured. Perfect. But each step the automaton takes, the sands mingle, imperfections are created by his onward movements. Eventually, perfectly mingled to grey, a grand unity. And there's nothing left but grey sand. An Olma might look at this pit and say this is no longer ordered, no longer structured. I would say that it is ordered. That is the ordering, it is the unity. Truth, when the sands were black and white, was where the chaos was. Because there needed to be tremendous force to keep that sand separated. Our lives are those lockings. The individualities. It takes tremendous force to keep us self. Otherwise, we'll all be grey sand.
I remember you telling me that once, and I've thought about it. And it's... Perhaps the unity is in both the separation and the conjoining. Black and white sides of sand. They were separate, but there was some order, as you say, to it. The mingling is perhaps what life is, the changing. But it inevitably leads to unity once more. The grayness is something new. Doesn't make it more or less different in order.
I suppose in laborious analogies like this, there's always a different interpretation. Parable of the Sands is more often talked about in the sense of time. There's no reversing of time, no restructuring the white and black back to its separate form. And that is perhaps what you're speaking of, ultimately. Some faiths believe that our lives are entirely dictated by us, but the birthing and death of us is predetermined. No matter how much we swerve to the left, to the right, we'll arrive at the same destination, and we will live that destination for all eternity. These metaphors are dizzying and labyrinthian.
Agreed. All I know is that I was, at least it feels like, my life was spared in some way. And I initially tried to figure out what to make of it.
The common response to traumatic events in one's life. I suppose I'm just always curious when those who suffer find faith in one of these planar entities, and one so mysterious as Machina. It's just a dangerous path. Like I said earlier, clerics we know, the history books talk about, suffer greatly. Huron Islastana, out conflict, I imagine would have preferred to have stayed in his little village. But for you, there is no little village. Only the road before you, carved out, planned for you, curated by Machina.
I suppose what I feel is why my devotion runs so deep. Whatever path lay before me, whether you call it destiny, I see it as intuition. There's been a feeling for every choice that I've made. Not that it was predetermined, although maybe it could have been. But feeling that it was the right one to make. For a greater purpose.
That's why I like Olma. The hope.
Septimus will smile and then turn his head slightly. Why you like Alma?
Yes. And just looks at you. Almost a knowing look. You peruse those novels on my library and you'll find all manner of creatures, entities that despise Alma. For one reason or another. You find screeds written by devils and angels alike who view Alma as a mistake. Unnatural. Entities formed of destiny. Or perhaps not. Perhaps it is those angels and devils who are formed by destiny, curated, carved, and the Alma are not bound to that same curation. And he kind of looks past you. What a funny world we live in.
Perhaps a funny world for us born here on the material.
No, perhaps it's not funny for you. You have your intuitions. It's only funny when you look from the outside. In the same way, you may look at the sand and see gray. And I look at the sand and can still see the individual grains. I grow tired. You see, he kind of carefully lifts himself in that weakened way that he does. But I think you're right, Septimus. Whatever fate awaits you, whatever destiny has been prescribed, you still guide your own hand. Your choices are still your own. And if you climb that hill of your future, I hope that you find your salvation. And there are not horrors awaiting you when you find the truth. Will you help an old man? As he leans against the table.
Of course, friend.
And you help
And
him.
he'll say, and the friend will kind of be like, kind of questioned, like at the end.
Hmm.
Like how, like
Yeah,
I
you
didn't know.
pause
I don't know if I said it
Yeah,
properly.
it's like you
but
pause and
I
then
was,
say friend
it's like
kind
a
of thing.
pause, and it was just like an inflection kind of at the end.
Yeah.
Not like I was looking for anything, but just be like, are we friends?
And as you walk him to his bedchambers, he would say, I asked Saskia to trust me once when she questioned my motives a long time ago. And I made it clear to her that in time things would make sense. That nothing that I do or I've ever planned to do was at the expense of people. Friend.
The Septimus would just bow his head and not say anything. So, let me help you to your bed.
And as you help him into his room, he would nod down the hall. And he would say, down those steps, you'll find the guest chambers where Bruce was staying. You're free to stay there as well.
Good night, Sigurd.
Rest well, Septimus. Destiny comes tomorrow. And as you head towards the guest chambers, you would pass through an archway, and you have the distinct feeling that you've passed into somewhere different. It's just a feeling. Sickle's library defies physics.
Yeah.
But this feels like you've entered a new place. And even as you enter it, there's minglings.
Does it make me feel uneasy?
Not uneasy in the sense of like a sense of dread, but a sense of like vertigo almost. You're no longer in the same plane.
Yeah.
And the structures here, what would be viewed as man-made structures, mingle with stone, earth. There seems to be a gentle breeze even in this suffocated library. The fires of the torches and candles seem more alive. And you see the bed chambers, but you also see the steps that descend further. Deeper.
You bastard.
Do it.
As we forgot, yeah, I'm sorry. Jesus
No,
Christ.
you're
I'm taking
good.
too long
You're
to
good.
think. Septimus
Yeah.
would sit on the bed. And not pursue.
Okay.
Stairs going downstairs.
Michael keeps going.
I mean, of course.
Easy enough. You can find some respite there to contemplate your
But-
thoughts. But Septimus sits awake in the bed thinking about what he'll do next.
Septimus would break out his copper wire.
Okay.
And he would message Ro
Mm. Okay.
and just say, visit me here if you can.
Delightful. As the candles dim in the guest chamber, and the little fireplace that's there that burns with unnaturally, like the wood never actually burns. It's a elemental flame. Burst up into glorious, bright, blinding flames as stepping out is Ro, and he really plays it up as he just holds his hands out and he's like, I have arrived, Septimus, to help you with the revelations you seek, my son. And then he leans on a table with his hand on his hip. I've always wanted to do that.
I never quite understood why Jaquette hates you, so you're too similar with your
Alright.
theatrics.
I think it's what Saskia suspects. I think he's quite jealous.
But I didn't come to mince words. You said you wanted to play no games.
Games are boring.
What is it you want?
Straight to it then, Septimus. Well, I suppose...
And more than just having a seat at the table. And being brought back to the mortal realm. Literally, what does that look like?
Well, in good faith, I'll be more literal with you. There are certain planar bindings, rituals that I would have Saskia do eventually. Having to do with most likely a hellgate here on your plane of existence. An opening of such hellgate would allow me passage through. Of course, I don't want to be tethered to the hells anymore, so I would like that disconnected. Which require further ritual. Being here on the material plane would give me a certain freedoms that I don't have in the hells. It's a common misunderstanding that we imprison souls in the hells. We're imprisoned, really, in the hells. The diadem of hell is quite restrictive. I don't really like them. They're boring. And they have a lot of rules that I don't care for. I'd rather be able to make my own rules. The seat at the table I'm referring to is that there has been a void in manifestation and responsibility when it comes to what you as an Ulma would call chaos. dereliction of duty. And as a child, I was told of these realms. The power that comes from them to choose your own fate. I thought I had chosen my own fate a long time ago, but as you can tell, I was not spared the hells. I thought again that I had chosen my own fate by pairing up with, well, what I presumed was fate. But that led me to woe and sorrow and grief. And I learned that I could not find that power from others. I could only find it within myself. The only way to do that was to find a way to seize the power to do so. So, this dereliction of duty is certainly something that I'm not the only one who's after, I'm sure. Any time celestial entity derelicts on this duty, their responsibilities to their plane of existence, there's always a mad dash for power. Some seek to consolidate it, take that plane into their own domain. Others just seek that domain. And I do love, in my learnings as an entity of the cosmos, that chaos is that sense of freedom.
Septimus just studying him, listening to his words, trying to get any inkling, whatever's behind it. And he'll say, obviously, Sass is yours. You'll do as you ask of her. And, I mean, she will have to almost inevitably follow, given what you've given her. And the power you give her. If you were to ask something of myself that is within my power, what would it be?
Septimus, I seek the powers I seek in order to free people like Saskia. Yes, I have entered into the arrangement I can enter with her, given my domain, and even that agreement breaks a couple rules. I believe you all experienced that when the little imp tried to investigate an unauthorized act. I would ask of someone like you, well, it doesn't hurt to have another voice within Iron and Mana to sway the paths you take and your friendship with me, given the hostilities. Not entirely, not because of my own behavior, that is displayed by Jacquette and Fyrn and yourself. I simply ask that you fulfill what I ask of Saskia. It's very transparent what I'm offering. I don't need you to go and murder someone for me. Well, we'll see how that goes. I am still in this shriveled, fiendish heart, Alma in my core. And I am wanton to the desires of Alma, the quickness to vengeance, the sentiment of home, family. So perhaps if it's taking too long for Saskia to fulfill my desires of freedom and to help me elevate myself and her, there are excursions that Iron Manor could do to help me with those Alma needs. Vengeance. Family.
Specifically.
There's someone on this plane of existence who is responsible for quite a bit of my woes, quite a bit of my suffering. And there are loved ones that I am incapable of finding. Ultimately, I suppose I seek for you and Saskia and your party to help me reclaim my Alma, while also taking my seat at a table that I think could use a little bit of Alma. The outer planes, the gods, the deities, whatever they are, the creatures beyond, are so disconnected. In fact, I seek quite a bit of what Jacquet seeks, and I think you, community that protects itself from these excursions. And there's something coming, Septimus. I think you are a little attuned to it. A great unraveling. Something to fear, whether you're god or Alma, or devil. I don't know what it is exactly. But it is one of the reasons I seek to flee the hells. I'm bound by certain rules. If I was unbound, I could share much more. So I simply ask that you free me. And what powers will come to you afterwards? Well, we'll get there.
Freeing you seems like quite a tall order for what I had in mind. But what specifically does that look like? Freeing
Okay.
you. I imagine that is a full ritual.
Yes. It will be costly. Will require certain things. Opening of a Hellgate, like I said, and then the planar binding that I would require you to complete. It's just not exactly the same as your little trick that you have. I'm not looking to be subservient to you. Nor do I think you have the power to do that. No, it is as simple as opening a door. There's a lot on your plate, as I've learned. A lot going on here. It's not something I expect you to do tomorrow. But as I said to Sass, it is something I expect. Let this discussion settle in your brain, in your mind, Septimus. You know where to find me. Trapped in that thick skull of Saskia's. Let's just say I don't have the heart to continue torturing mortal souls for eternity. Creating a mockery of what I once did in life.
Perhaps. But wanting to escape the hells, you must have made several enemies.
Oh, yes.
some of the other circles. I'm not sure if I personally can deliver what you're asking. But if I'm correct, if there are other people in hell that see your, I suppose, position amongst them troublesome, given the imp that visited us so long ago, talking about your dealings, then maybe that we might have a common enemy. And that's the reason I called you here. I don't know if you're aware or not, but this Mr. Greaves that we've been dealing with is dealing in fiendish magic. Whoever he may be serving, or whomever he may be bound to, could be a common enemy. Now you're just watching his reaction to see if that was something maybe he knew or maybe he didn't.
That is an interesting hypothesis. Septimus. Clever.
It's not fully a hypothesis. We were attacked by fiendish shadows.
Oh, no.
I don't
That part I understand. I'm saying that they would be a mutual enemy.
I'm asking it if it is a possibility.
Oh, it is a great possibility. I've made many enemies in the Hells. There are very few of the Didacs who favor me. The few that do favor me, thankfully, protect me from a much grimmer fate than I wish to seek.
I'm supposed now that I'm thinking about it with talking it out with you, how am I not certain that you are the one helping Mr. Greaves out himself?
You think I am playing both sides of your little mortal quarrel?
What better thing for a seneschal of the Hells, a diadect, rather, of the Hells, desperate to try to get back to the mortal plane? We are nothing but pawns, are we not? You're gonna hedge your bets one way or the other. And at the end, whomever wins gives you exactly what you want.
An astute observation, Septimus, and were it not for my soft, almost soul, perhaps you would be right. But I'm being transparent when I say what I seek is freedom. And my desperation has constraints. This Mr. Greaves, undoubtedly, as you said, is dealing with devils and fiends. I could investigate this for you, at personal risk to myself. Lesser didacs are not meant to meddle in the records of the diadem, the details of pacts. But perhaps this Greaves I can investigate for you, to uncover his dealings. Perhaps it is a common enemy, perhaps it is me. But you'll have to tread this with your faith. I told Saskia she was my last warlock.
Oh, I wasn't offering my soul.
I wasn't saying that I wanted it. I was saying that I'm not in a clandestine affair with Mr. Greaves. Why would I put so much effort into restoring Saskia's memories when I have a selfish bastard willing to do anything for his personal gain? She's a much more difficult person to deal with than someone like Mr. Greaves.
To be frank, that uncertainty is the whole reason I wanted to talk with you now. To see if there's any inkling, anything I can learn.
Oh, there's much for you to learn, Septimus. Just requires a little bit of an agreement. Not a full pact. Like I said, Saskia's my last warlock. What deals with devils don't have to be pacts, in the traditional sense. Besides, a little agreement is a little easier to put onto the table. Less investigators, less auditors looking for simple agreements. Like I said, let this exchange marinate in that skull of yours. So long as there's still a brain in there and it's not a copper pot. I'm not going far.
I know you'll be right by. Almost every day. But I guess that's what I was going to ask. What would that agreement look like? You delve into who is working for Greaves, or whom his source is. What exactly would you ask of me?
Well, most likely, traditionally, in these types of exchanges, it would be some kind of binding seal of contract. Saskia and I have a contract, but it is a full-blooded pact. This would be a simple exchange of favors. I will give you the information you seek, the best I can, and in exchange, you will offer something. Whether that's a simple task, not to the scale of freeing me from the hells, but a task, a favor. Or if we're thinking really crudely old-fashioned, it's the sort of thing like your firstborn child, a limb of some sort, or a curse. Those are boring, though. I would just ask for a favor. To be called in when I notice something that would benefit me, not at your own expense, in your grand destiny.
Well, I consider you to think about what that favor might be. Because I will say, I do not intend to making any pacts. At all. I don't want to be in debt to a devil. But these are desperate times. If you were to provide me with a favor, perhaps I would do said favor. Without any pacts, without any agreements. Perhaps I would do it. And I would hope that the reciprocal offer of giving me information would be had. And if it's not, it's my loss. No more favors for you.
Well, in that matter then, let me rest in Saskia's thick skull and think about what favor I might ask of you. That is worth my personal risk of investigating this pact for you. But if you'll excuse me, I believe Saskia's getting shit-faced, and I'd like to join.
Sounds about right. Cut to the honor floors. You see, you drew 2 cards there. You drew 2 cards. That means you got a drink.
No. I took one, and I did just one.
Listen,
it was
Seth,
one.
I'm explaining.
You're seeing double.
I don't understand this game. It seems to change every time that Seppi gets the cards.
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pull a card from the circle, and you don't break the circle, and then you stick it in the top of the. Oh dear! Oh, princess.
I'm a duke's.
Poor Cal cow, get her some. She's gonna need some of that algae.
I'm
Gonna clear right up.
What the? His name's fucking Ty, not Torcal. What the fuck? Who the fuck is Torcal?
I'm freaking blasted right now.
I also hate to say this, but when you threw up there, Clara, you also broke the circle of the cards, and you do have to drink the full flagon in the middle of it.
Do it, Clara. Do it. It feels so good.
If that's the rule.
Make your father proud. Come on.
Cheers to
My
that.
father would be very.
Igon's
she
already
passes out.
faced.
Oh no.
Yeah, also passed out.
Gusto pulls the card. He's like, "Oh, it's a 2. You, Clara, drink again."
The drink she has just spilling out like between the
Going down.
as she's just like.
Excellent.
Amazing.
And considering the time, I think that's a good place to end for tonight. with the shit facery, and the plenty of things that will start as soon as the sun rises, as your plan will happen, and Saskia will have her opportunity to give her speech on the next day, and any other goings on will happen. With we have Sybil trying to track down Reardon. We have Sigil keeping an eye on Cadmus. We have your dock workers rally, and of course the eventual summit. All right, friends, thank you for hanging out with us tonight as we explore a lot of lore tonight. And we'll be back when we're back. Join us wherever you are in the world.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.